Food security is defined by the United Nations as the condition in which all people, at all times, have physical, social, and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food that meets dietary needs and food preferences for an active and healthy life. Sadly, a large number of people around the world do not fit this definition of food security. Even in the United States, 15.8 million households were food insecure at some point during 2015. And while food insecurity figures are already strikingly high, the byproducts of climate change will most likely create a world agricultural disaster. Irregular weather patterns and rising temperatures in areas with fertile soil will greatly disrupt current farming systems around the world. These environmental effects are already being felt in countries like India, where depleted and contaminated water tables have put the agricultural sector in a state of distress. Its farmers and workers have seen their incomes slashed while failing to produce enough crops for their 1.3 billion people. Climate change, along with a growing world population, has made the issue of food insecurity more prominent than ever. But what is the US doing to help combat this problem? The United States lays out its current policy and its principles for advancing global food security, which aims to comprehensively address the underlying causes of hunger and undernutrition, while also bringing humanitarian relief and sustainable development efforts. Invest in country-owned plans that support results-based programs and partnerships so assistance is tailored to the needs of individual countries. Strengthen strategic coordination to mobilize and align the resources of diverse partners and stakeholders, including the private sector and civil society needed to achieve our common goals. The U.S. is committed to work in partnership to meet these goals, in agreement with the Global Food Security Act of 2016. But are we really doing our part? And is the agreement truly strong enough to help increase food security? Nearly 20 million people between the countries of Yemen, South Sudan, Somalia, and Nigeria face starvation and famine. It may become one of the largest humanitarian crises in the UN era. The U.S. has provided $432 million in assistance to Yemen and its surrounding countries in the past year to help curb the famine. But it is hard to deliver the aid necessary because of the turbulence and danger within the region. Even providing aid won't be enough to truly sustain food security in regions like North Africa or India. The true foundation of global food security starts with education. Developing nations need to be taught correct and efficient farming methods in order to ensure agricultural growth. It is just as important to teach youth in the U.S. these same lessons. Educating the youth about food and farming methods is necessary to create a more informed world community. It is also our responsibility as global citizens to be conscious about our food choices in order to eat as efficiently as possible. Add more fruits and vegetables to your diet and cut down on beef to save water and other resources. And only buy what you will eat. America leads the world in food waste, with about 50% of our produce thrown out. Individual food choices have the power to create a demand for food efficiency. And it is up to you to advocate that others make smart food decisions too. We must educate our peers and those around the globe to ensure the next generation will experience a chance for global food security. A chance to survive, a chance to thrive.